Hi everybody, you are listening to 31 Days of Horror, a series of blogs and podcasts where every day for 31 days from October the 1st till October the 31st, you will be taken on a ride through 31 film experiences unlike the typical list of movies that you come to expect from the Halloween season. 31 Days of Horror is officially sponsored by Infernal Imagery. Visit infernalimagery.com throughout October 2018 and receive 20% off your purchases by using the offer code 31days. Today's tea of the day is Hail Satan. That's offer code 31days for 20% off at infernalimagery.com. Are we recording?
Duck.
Yeah, not as scary as the film. Do you want me to give you a little bit of reverb? You ready?
Oh yeah, go.
Duck. Isn't it Babadook? Babadook?
Yeah, it's a sequel.
That's a picture.
Daffy Duck.
Welcome to the 4th of October 2018.
It's the Babadook.
That's the
It's not the Babadook. No one calls it the Babadook.
Babadook. Yeah.
Babadook.
Okay, we're going to call it the Babadook. Quack. We're back for the fourth day of our 31 days of Halloween. No, 31 days of horror.
Yeah.
Talking about 31 horror movies over 31 days.
Day 4.
Day 4. Andy's back.
Hi.
And did you want to grab more pizza?
No, it's okay.
You sure?
Yeah. Well, yeah, I'm okay.
I'm happy to eat it cold.
Oh yes, am I.
You can take a slice back with you today.
Oh, thanks, mate. Thank you.
Sorry, let's talk about this duck film.
Yeah, Babadook.
The Mighty Ducks. The Babadook, yeah, Babadook. I'm going to call it the Babadook. I just feel, I don't know. Maybe I've been calling it the wrong thing all the time. Babadook.
The Babadook. The Babadook.
Babadook.
Come 10 minutes of this.
Oh, we're back. If any of you actually missed frame by frame, both of you, then this is what we do. We kind of generally get sidetracked very easily. So this is a big discipline, doing 31 films in 31 days in such a short space of time of 10 minutes.
Yeah.
But there, the Babadook is, as I mentioned in my my top line of the blurb from the blog, it's an Australian movie.
Yes.
Based on a short film.
Yeah, a great short film.
Also by Jennifer Kent.
Yeah.
We've already reviewed this. This was our first film we ever reviewed on Frame by Frame. And,
it's really good. It's a really good film.
Have you rewatched it since?
Yeah, I've done numerous times.
Numerous times?
This is one I do go back to quite often.
Great.
Yeah, because, again, it's a film that works on many levels.
It does, yeah, very much so. And I think it hasn't really changed, though. I mean, watching it now, it still feels the same. It still feels just as fresh. I don't know why. Because, in a way, a parent who's struggling with a child who's seeing this, who's friends with, I can't remember. Do you know what?
No, he's like a really challenging child, isn't he? So at the beginning of it, she is on the way to hospital to give birth to the child.
Yes.
And she's in a car crash and her husband dies.
That's it.
So now she has to bring this child up by herself.
A lot of resentment, a lot of pain, and which can be quite difficult at times in this movie. There's a lot of difficulty because, when you've got children, the worst thing you want to do is to go out and watch a movie about a screaming child in a car. Yeah. But it works on so many levels, and you just feel so connected to that.
Yeah, a lot of critics of this film go on about how annoying the kid is in it.
I know, that's not fair.
And I think he's kind of... That's the idea.
Yeah.
He's got issues, the poor kid's brought up with that dad, a mum who's away all the time. He's got issues.
And the whole the feeling that you get when she's in that doctor's room, as I mentioned in that first episode, when she's really wanting to have a night's sleep, she's desperate for a night's sleep.
Yeah, and she asked the
She's
doctor for drugs.
begging for some sedatives, some sleep tablets. I'm a parent. I know how that feels, where you just wish that there was something you could do. And so, sleepless nights.
Yeah, well,
you feel it.
But also, like, the Babadook really is a metaphor for depression.
Yeah.
That's what the Babadook is.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Exactly.
That's why she, like, at the end when she just shouts at it to go away, and it just clears. Sometimes people with depression have to do that. You know, you have to just yell at yourself until, right, okay, that's it. I'm back in the room.
Screaming in the pillow, that kind of thing. It's the only way, and it is a demon. It is something that you physically feel connected to, but disconnected at the same time. It's like it's there, not there.
Yeah, it's kind of, well, it's sort of, it can be like a possession.
Yeah.
It can be like when you're just having a bad day, it just takes over you and there's nothing you can do about it.
That's it.
You know what I mean? And that's kind of what I think Babadook symbolizes.
I think that's why people had problems with it. Maybe it was just too close to home. But the idea is to just, you got to deal with your demons. You got to face your demons, and that's what this is about.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's how I see it now. The second time of watching it, it is about battling your own demons.
Yeah, well, I saw the whole thing as battling depression, and that's what I saw the Babadook as. Babadook. We're not doing spoilers, are we? But the very end, where it kind of creeps up on her again and she just shouts it, no! And it goes away. Mm-hmm. Just pure, when you get someone who suffers anxiety, depression, a thought will just creep into your head, like, no, I'm not thinking about that, and it just goes. You know, it's so well done. It's so well done. But it works brilliantly as a horror film as well.
Yeah, I mean,
it is scary.
So what this does for depression and anxiety, it did for the afterlife with what dreams may come. That kind of feeling. How do you visualize that? So I think that's exactly what they've done here is visualizing that condition. Yeah, perfectly.
Yeah, absolutely. But it's also really creepy.
Yeah, it's creepy, really... and the book is magnificent, and everybody wants to have a copy of that book when they've seen the Babadook. Yeah. And it is available, I think, still.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it still is. It probably will be, but you could definitely buy it at one point.
It's the kind of book where you think if you had it, would it do something? Would it, would my psychology create something from that? You're kind of wondering if it is, possessed.
Why not?
Yourself.
Why not?
You can manifest anything yourself.
Of course you can. You can read that book that night. You lie in bed like you do every night, and then there's some creak that you always hear. You think,
oh man, yeah.
Oh God,
yeah.
Then you hear Babadook, and you're like, oh man.
No, not in daylight last Tuesday. Why should this be a film that you watch every year for the Halloween season?
Well, it's scary.
It is scary.
It is scary.
Genuinely scary.
Yeah, it's creepy. The feeling of desperation. It's got a feeling of complete hopelessness. Mm-hmm. She's struggling with money, which is kind of a motif in horror films. A woman who struggles with money and can't get out the environment she finds herself in and has to deal with it.
Well, the one question is that whenever there's a haunted house or anything like that, why don't they just move?
Yeah, but if they can't afford to.
But they have to create something to kind of hold them there.
Yeah.
And that's usually financial.
Yeah. Yeah. But, it's scary. It's great. The book's fantastic. Everyone in it's really great, And again, as we've talked on day one about Starry Eyes, about her peers, the people around her not helping her, she has the same thing. Her sister, arguably, is the nastiest person in this film.
Pretty much, yeah. She just doesn't want to.
She doesn't
understand. Just doesn't understand it.
She rings her up to try and get some help. I haven't got time for your shit today.
Exactly.
I've got this house. I've got this. I've got the nice, cool friends. You've got nothing.
And that's the comment that it's one of those things. It happens. Families are torn apart because of mental illness. People can't handle it. And when they can't handle it, they say, "Oh, I don't need that. I don't need that in my life. Let's just turn our back and let's pretend it's not there."
Well, even I have this vacuous life, and she's such a downer when she comes around. She's always talking about what much money she hasn't got, and I just can't be bothered with her anymore.
Yeah, it's despicable, way about it. But so again, it's feeding from reality. There are people like that. They react that way, and it's not pleasant to watch.
No, it's not. And she has the threat of having a child taken away from her.
Yeah.
With those guys, those counsellors coming around and talking to a child.
Social
and stuff.
services kind of situation going on, and that always makes it.
So it's just this feeling of desperation.
The world is at her, and her house is at her.
That,
yeah.
You've got this
many layers,
thing.
so many layers.
Yeah.
Family, friends, social services. Even the doctor is reluctant. I mean, he's about the only person who manages to help her, and the.
But even then, it's not really
reluctant.
The right way. Drugging a child.
No, drugging a child. That's the way. Ritalin. Just give him Ritalin. What the hell? Yeah.
I had something great to say, and then it's gone.
Oh no!
That would have been my 0.5%. That one would have been.
Oh, I missed those. That's what you used to have all the time. They were very, very good.
Yeah.
So
when she was really mean to a kid as well.
Yeah.
You know, when she's half asleep and why don't you just shut the fuck up? You know, to a child. You know, it's a great film. Swearing at children. It's a superb film.
Super film.
Yeah, and it's really scary.
Definitely worthy of a classic.
Absolutely, that'll stand the test of time.
Yes.
Yeah,
Perfect.
absolutely.
Thank you very much for coming over again for this. You know, it's you're making a tireless effort here to do this series with me, and I really appreciate it. Thank you.
It's my pleasure.
4 days.
4 days.
And
was this not 31?
No, we're not there yet. You can do it. Right. Thank you very much for listening, and see you tomorrow, where we'll talk about another film.
Yes.
Now for a word from our sponsor. 31 Days of Horror is officially sponsored by Infernal Imagery. Visit infernalimagery.com throughout October 2018 and receive 20% off your purchases by using the offer code 31days. Today's tea of the day is
Hail Satan.
That's offer code 31days for 20% off at infernalimagery.com.